And if you're in need of something fun to do, perhaps for a date night or work event, or just fun with friends, we've got an idea perfect for October. We caught up with the leader of Naperville Ghost Tours, paranormal investigator Kevin Frantz.
Is Naperville haunted?
Naperville is one of the most haunted cities in America, no doubt, in my mind.
Kevin Frantz is a paranormal investigator who has traveled the country with others like him, searching for ghosts. After settling down in Naperville to raise a family, he discovered this town ranks high when it comes to paranormal activity.
Hundreds of accounts that people have shared with me, and that's a lot for one town, and those are just the ones I know about. But any investigations we've done here have yielded not just simple sort of mists and orbs and things like that. We get full body apparitions. We've got really active spirits here.
So it's only fitting that Frantz would start leading the Naperville Ghost Tours, something he's now done every weekend for the past 13 years, combining ghost stories with history.
Makes a ghost story much more terrifying if you can back it up with facts and show you that the ghost that's haunting this place actually lived. Here's what he looked like when he was alive. Here's what he did. Here's the reason why he's haunting this spot.
So what are some haunted spots around town? Well, let's start with Central Park.
Oh yeah, it's haunted. In fact, in May, a woman who's been on my tour several times called me to tell me she had an experience in this park, the spot right behind me.
She claims she and her husband were having a picnic in front of the playground when a man dressed as an old-time police officer approached them and said,
"What are you doing in this park?" We played along and said, "Well, we're just having a little picnic." He said, "Don't you know the park is a dangerous place?" She said he got halfway to the gazebo and vanished into thin air.
It's many other stories like this that Frantz says make Naperville unique.
What other town has, its own grave robber whose bones are missing? What other town has a story about a bride who's been stood up at the altar and now haunts a church? Or a train crash that haunts the streets?
It was April 25th, 1946, when one of the worst train accidents to ever occur in U.S. history happened in Naperville, killing nearly 50 people on impact and more soon after.
People have told me who live here that they'll take pictures on Christmas morning and there's someone sitting on the couch who's not part of their family. They tell me they see people walking these streets that just vanish right into thin air.
As for other ghostly stories, well, I'll leave that up to Frantz to tell you on his tour, something he loves doing, even if for the 500th time.
I do have a passion for not just the stories, but for the people on the tour. I want them to have the best tour they can, and so everybody deserves to make it like I'm telling them for the first time.
Frantz warns that the tour is targeted for mature audiences only. It lasts about an hour and a half, sometimes longer, and includes 8 different stops. At the end of it all, he hopes that whether you're a believer or a skeptic, that you realize how much more there is to this world than meets the eye.
Whether it leads you to investigate more of the kind of paranormal stuff we're talking about, or it leads you to go back to church, or it leads you to just believe in yourself and how special you are, and that you can be anything, and that you're valuable. That's what it means to me. That someone just realizes that it's all a lot bigger than they might think it is.
For 630 Naperville, I'm Kevin Machek.